Let me explain. Let me explain something. Check this out.
You've got to be the change you want to see in the world. Be the change.
Check this out.
All right. Well, welcome. This is NumisMeeting number 9. Almost to double digits. I love it. We're going to be talking about a lot of things, but the main topic for this one is going to be the ETH revenue share. So, Mister, would you actually, before we get started, I guess, why don't we just catch up a little bit? It's been 2 weeks since the last Numis meeting, and markets have been a little bit volatile. So, in terms of a kind of macro market update, the Fed took perhaps a little bit more. I guess it depends on who you ask, right? But the tone wasn't kind to markets. We saw a lot of volatility as we had the consumer price index report last week that showed inflation not making a meaningful change from where it was the month before, but also not really coming in higher. But still, it wasn't something that really instills confidence in the market, as it shows inflation is still grossly elevated, which meant then this week, when the U.S. Fed met and they had their FOMC meeting, which is where they determine, they put a report out and says, hey, based on current market conditions, this is the direction we see going with interest rates, which has a very large, profound effect on the market. And it did. And we saw a lot of volatility that led to basically a massive sell-off again. So, what can we expect going forward? Well, midterm elections in the U.S., and again, we always talk about how the U.S. isn't the only economy that matters, and it's definitely not, but it does have the largest and outsized impact on crypto markets. So, going into the midterm elections in the U.S. over the next couple months, some of us are looking hopefully for a little bit more of a tone down, perhaps even less hawkish, more dovish tone from the Fed. Maybe plateau, maybe a kind of a neutral rate hike at the next FOMC, because we are hoping, one, that inflation is starting to show signs of abating a little bit. It's starting to show some early signs of, hey, it might have peaked. We may be seeing some progress here. We're not where we want to be yet. We're far from it, because rates are going to remain elevated for a while. But we may start to see signs of them at least coming in with neutral rate hikes, possibly even a 50 BP hike. That would be great. Which means there may be a little bit of room for markets to breathe going into the end of Q4, and maybe even a chance for a rally. Mr. That's all I really have on the current macro, but I don't know if there's anything you want to add before we get into the typical agenda.
Yeah, well, I mean, from a market perspective, I think it's clear that it's been a bit of a choppy, rough water ride, right? But what I think is really interesting is that we're seeing some wild volatility on ETH, and the narrative out there about the underperformance of ETH relative to Bitcoin. I think that's really interesting. Just taking a look real quick at like the ETH BTC pair, taking a look at dominance, right? And what that means for our own price action, right? So in the absence of any sort of catalyst, any sort of outsized buy support on our token, we're tracking ETH quite tightly, right? But the good news is we are neutral. And the even better news is that we have marketing, we have a really big campaign that I was hoping we could talk about next, actually, coming up, that will not only drive awareness, right? But we're hoping that it does give us a little bit of better performance against ETH, right? And that I think that is our ultimate goal, is to get back into that zone where, it wasn't that long ago. It was only, a few Numis meetings ago where, we were really happy with our overperformance against ETH. And so now we're back to baseline. We are neutral, tracking ETH, but definitely expecting some positive price action in the not too distant future. But yeah, markets are crazy right now. I think there's a lot of fear out there, right? And that isn't unexpected, and certainly, hopefully, the Fed is seeing the right kind of market reaction that they're looking for, which I do think they are. So to your point, Mr. Pappy, I do think that the next rate hike will be a little cooler. Keeping hope alive that it's cooler than even expected, right? That expectation of the 50 bip hike. So we'll see. But yeah, overall, I think the outlook is positive for us. Despite having our token price being a bit down right now, it is due to ETH, right? And so with that, can we talk a little bit about community, guys? Like we had that awesome poker tournament last week. We have some really cool stuff coming up. Do you guys want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I'll touch on the past if Puppy wants to touch on the future.
Sure.
Go for it.
Yeah, we had a 300-person poker tournament last week, guys. That was honestly insane. I'm really happy that the Poker Now platform increased their capacity for players, and also, I mean, we just had a great time with the DeFi Mon crowd. Tyler, Jerry, they were great, and then of course Pig Tater and Frankie Shills helping us out with the poker game. So we'll probably be doing some more of that, guys. We've really liked the poker tournaments. They've always had a really good turnout, especially on the Poker Now platform, and it's been really fun coming together and getting into some competitive like tournaments with you guys and getting onto voice. That's always a really great time. And there's an interesting series of contests coming up that I think Poppy would really like to tell you guys about.
Of course. Hey, so who won that poker tournament?
Let's see. Well, there were five winners paid out, but I don't think it was anybody from our community.
Man, we got to invite them in. We need some competition for Aaron because Aaron's always cheating.
Couldn't have been cheating too good if he wasn't in the top 5 this round. But I heard Tisk accidentally folded a full house, so yeah, was kind of hoping he was going to accidentally win the whole thing, kind of like last time.
Yeah.
This time was not the case, but he would struggle and just see so many things in front of him. I've made that mistake before.
Yeah. So, and Aaron, I think we need to have you mute when you're not talking, man. I'm getting feedback. But the other exciting thing is the NFTs. We're not done. We've done a lot of NFT giveaways, and it's a lot of fun to do that. I love seeing the stuff you guys come up with. This sticker contest was amazing. My mind was blown at the quality of the stickers that you guys made. Professional quality, amazing. Everyone that participated, thank you. That was probably one of my favorite ones yet. I'm still blown away by that. But the newest one, I mean, we got to keep the bear market fun, right? Of course, we're building. We're very busy building, but we got to have fun as well. And so the next one is actually going to be like a 3-pronged contest. There'll be 3 ways that you can win NFTs. One is going to be another creative contest, which is not too dissimilar from the sticker one we just had, which is going to involve creating your own custom goblin from Goblin Town, which is one of the leading NFT projects during this bear market. It launched into the bear market, and the community is very active, having a lot of fun, and we want to tap into that. And so we're going to be doing a contest where you design your own goblin, and the best goblin will win an NFT from the project. The other 2 are going to be related to NumisMe. And so we want to reward holders, investors, active traders of NumisMe, right? One of them will be for Noom holders. Basically, the more Noom that you buy during a certain period, the more entries you get. I believe I'm going to have to look at my notes now, but based on the certain amount, let me see if I can find my notes quick while I'm talking. But the more you buy, the more tickets you get. It's based on a certain amount. So that's the Noom one. And then the other one is the vault investors. So we know some folks are bigger into the vaults than they are simply buying Noom. So based on the amount you deposit during the qualifying time, that will get you a certain number of tickets as well. And it's a similar ratio for both, effectively rewarding people that are more active and engaged in the community. If you just consistently say dollar cost average, like we talk about, and you're accumulating a position in either of those, your odds are going to go up. And so we're going to give away 3 Goblin Town NFTs. Really looking forward to that. I think the contest giveaway will conclude on Halloween, and we're going to go live with that next week. So you will have about 5 weeks to participate and to accumulate the tickets for a chance to win. So with that, Mister, did we want to get into some of the project updates?
Yeah, definitely. And I can't wait for the Goblin Town giveaway. I wish we could win. I don't think that would be cool. So I'd love me a Goblin Town, a Goblin. I'd love me a Grumple. But we should
Yeah.
keep it just to the community. Yeah. I think it's gonna be great because we'll be putting it out there with a couple of our ecosystem partners, give us a little bit of co-marketing, and just shout out to the Goblin Town project overall, right? I think as you've been tweeting, Mr. Pappy, we're all big supporters. Building in the bear market is not easy, so it's really cool to see folks like them getting getting out there, right? Building and continuing to make progress. And hey, when the bull market kicks in, I think we'll both be, in terms of projects, right? Both our projects will be in great shape and we'll be prepped to take advantage of that. So, yeah, just shout out to Goblin Town. We're big fans, and if anybody's listening from Goblin Town, hop on over to our Discord. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to get some of your excitement on our Goblin Town NFT giveaway.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
so
I was,
and
I gotta say, yeah, the energy in the community is it's infectious, and that's what we want to. That's part of what we want to tap into. Or we want to show our community just how fun the bear market can be. It really doesn't have to be doom and gloom. We're going to be building a successful project takes time, just like in real life. Crypto is no different than building a business, building a corporation, building whatever. We're building during this time, and markets will recover in time, and the price will go up, and everyone will have a good time, buy their Lambos, so on and so forth. But until then, let's make the most of our time in the crypto space.
yeah, exactly. Take the eyes off the price charts. Let's have some fun, play some poker, right? Win some NFTs. I think that's a great way to spend the time in a bear market. So yeah, thanks, Mr. Pappy. Can't wait. Looking forward to that campaign going live next week. But let's move on to some project updates. So a little bit of housekeeping here. One of the things that we're happy to announce actually is we are listed on a brand new dashboard. It is a kind of a yield tracking dashboard. It's called Multi-Farm, right? MULTI farm. I think it's multi-farm. I don't want to mess it up, but it is multi-farm, and we're listed there. So you can kind of keep track of our rates, and others can discover our yield opportunities by going to that dashboard. So I think that's a really cool little announcement. Shout out to the multi-farm team. Thanks for, they were so cool. They got our dashboard listing up like with a snap of a finger, which kind of just speaks to their technical prowess, right? And we're looking forward to continuing to work with you guys. So yeah, thank you, Multi-Farm. Kind of related to that is, as we ramp up our marketing, one of the things that we want to ensure that not just our community, but new entrants into, whether they're new entrants into DeFi or folks that weren't previously aware of our project, but they are in DeFi, we want to make sure we get in front of as many people as possible, right? So we're kind of setting the foundation for that now. We have our multi-farm listing. And the next step is to get our yield listed and our TVL listed on dashboards like DeFi Llama and DeFi Pulse. So that's kind of next up. It's a little bit of a lower priority development item. So it is a little bit further down, further back in our development pipeline. But the thing that we're about to start doing is building adapters so that we can get our stats basically listed on not just multi-farm, but DeFi Pulse, DeFi Llama. So something to look out for there. We'll announce that in Discord, Telegram, and Twitter when that does happen. But just so everybody is aware, just keep an eye out for that. We're looking forward to getting all our awareness, our foundational awareness marketing in place before we start lighting up larger marketing campaigns like the NFT giveaway that we just spoke to. So that's a little piece of an update there. Now, moving along, we will be at the what is it called now? The Chainlink SmartCon conference, right? Chainlink, for those of you that don't know, they are very much a DeFi blue chip. They are infrastructure, right? They power so many different projects in terms of price feeds, and they have really cool tech that they're building. Not so recently, their Keepers, their DevOps automation platform, but then also their cross-chain technology that's going to make it a lot easier for different projects to go cross-chain, right? So I'll be there. I'm personally going to be there. I'll just put this out there right now. If anybody's out in New York, in Manhattan next week, I believe it's Wednesday, Thursday is the conference. If anybody's out there and wants to meet up, would love to meet up. Would love to hear from you in person. I think that'd be super cool. But yeah, just ping us on Discord, on Telegram, on Twitter. Just let us know if you're going to be there, and we'll try to make something happen. But otherwise, yeah, we're looking to go out there, not just from a learning perspective to learn more about the Chainlink ecosystem, but then to learn about the DeFi ecosystem at large, right? And see who else is out there doing interesting stuff, see kind of what everybody has their eye on in terms of that next trend that we may be seeing within crypto, within DeFi. And most certainly just to make some friends, right? Just to network, get some relationships and conversations started with potential partners, whether they're marketing partners, ecosystem partners, or even our retail partnerships. That's something that's going to happen more and more, right? And that's something I wanted to speak to just really quickly is as we ramp up to get more of our real world marketing in place, which is a bit longer term, but we want to start preparing for that now. We want to start practicing for that now. One of the ways that we're going to generate awareness for our mobile app and to get in front of the true mass consumers out there is to go to conferences, and maybe they won't be tech conferences, but what we want to start to get an understanding of is, what is the conference landscape and how do we want to operate within a conference, right? Do we want to go in as a sponsor? Do we want a booth? Do we want to maybe save some cost in terms of going full on sponsor and booth and do a satellite event like a meetup? And so, another kind of maybe, tertiary goal of going out to the Chainlink SmartCon 2022 conference is to really understand just where the interest is from a conference goer's perspective, right? Are folks really engaging with these booths and with these sponsors? Are they more excited for these side events, these meetups? So that's a little bit of recon that we want to start doing, and we're going to start that next week. And then just after that, we are going to another. You know what? I'm going to save that one for the next Numis meeting. So we do have another conference coming up in October. We'll speak to that on the next Numis meeting, which is in 2 weeks, right? And yeah, so that's a quick little update for everybody. A little bit of housekeeping. But
Lucy,
the big news. Sorry.
Oh, I just said juicy. Love it.
Nice, nice. Yes, yes, sir. Thank you. Um, so the big update for today is ETH revenue share, guys. ETH revenue share, right? The ability for folks with that are holding Noom, or for folks that even aren't holding Noom and are interested in earning passive income in the form of ETH, right? That's what we do. We are offering Noom holders the ability to stake their Noom to earn ETH, right? Instead of selling your Noom rewards or selling your Noom, if you're just a spot holder, and selling it for ETH, why sell it that one time for ETH? Why not stake it and earn ETH every couple of weeks, right? Now, that is what we're talking about when we say ETH revenue share, right? The ability to stake Noom and earn ETH. So we've been working on this for a minute, and today is the day. I'm working with the devs, with the tech team. Shout out to Has and Gains on that one. They're working hard, trying to diagnose just one tiny little UI bug that's left, but everything is ready, right? We have our bots that are tracking. They are tracking against our smart contracts. We have built a UI that will show everyone kind of how much ETH has been claimed to date. And so though that UI update is the final piece, right? And we intend to do that today. There's a chance it slips into tomorrow, but I just wanted to announce that, right? We are going live with revenue share, guys. So everyone will start earning ETH. Admittedly, it will be just a little bit of ETH in the beginning, just because we don't have the TVL to generate any serious revenue, and our trading volume is a bit down. So we're not going to be generating that much revenue, which means we can't share that much ETH. But what we wanted to do was get this out there, right? To show people that it works, how the system works, how we share the revenue, right? And how what that revenue looks like by tracking it through a Dune dashboard that we have that we'll be rolling out, and announcing, Discord, Telegram, Twitter, what have you, right? And here, might as well announce it here, right? So with all that, we're gonna start topping up that rev share every 2 weeks, guys. So all that to say, go stake your Noom, right? It's not too late, right? We're gonna start sharing that revenue every 2 weeks, starting today or tomorrow. And what that means is, if you haven't staked your Noom yet, if you are a Noom holder, highly suggest you go and stake your Noom, right? You're not only just helping strengthen and secure the project, you are positioning yourselves for that recurring passive income, right? And just to cap all that off is, if you look at the way that our tokenomics work, right? We've been keeping an eye on it, and we're really happy to see that our hybrid emissions model is working the way it's supposed to be. Our staking rate continues to go up, right? We do have flat emissions rate right now. We haven't made any changes in quite some time, but we are seeing that staking rate go up, which means that folks are staking the rewards, the Noom rewards that they earn from being either a vault user or being a liquidity provider, right? And that's really good to see. It's amazing to see that working. It's amazing to see that we're not adding to sell pressure by putting out, all the Noom as rewards to vault users and liquidity providers. And soon, right? Once we really start scaling up and we really start ramping up, right? Folks will start to see that a significant amount of ETH come into their accounts, right? And just a quick heads up for anybody that's looking to claim their ETH that already has ETH Noom staked, just go to the staking page on app.numisme.io, right? Go on the staking page, and you'll see right at the top on the right side, there's that little claim button, the pending rewards. That right there is where you will be able to claim your ETH, right? So to kind of wrap that all up, we'll have our revenue share going live imminently. We have UI updates in place coming soon. And the next step is we will be working on a little pop-up. We call it a tooltip, so that whenever anybody hovers over the claim button right? On either, claiming their rewards from the vault or claiming their rewards from the LP, from the liquidity pool, staking. Um, we'll put a little pop-up on there that reminds folks, hey, don't forget, you can stake your Noom to earn ETH, right? It's a minor little thing, but every little bit counts. And what we're really focused on right now is making sure that everybody has a good user experience, right? And we're trying to make DeFi a little bit easier, right? And to that end, that's one of the refreshes that we're working on. So so that is the biggest update. And oh, you know what? I totally forgot to mention before even the ETH rev share going live. One of the things we're working on as folks that have been following the project and certainly have been listening to our Numis meetings will probably already know is we have delayed the launch of our PayMe self-repaying loans product, and that is because we want to do a UX reboot. We do want to redesign, right? The way it looks, the way it works, the words we use, the colors, the layout. So it's a full-on visual reboot, right? The contracts, the smart contracts they've already been finalized, right? Our staging environment we do already have it up and running in our staging environment that has been migrated to the new testnet, the Gourley testnet. For folks that don't know, the Covan testnet, which is what we were using before for testing, was deprecated. They did, it's been it's made obsolete now. So we have migrated to Gourley, right? So all that to say though is the smart contracts are there. The audits are already in place. The patches have been made a long time ago. And we're doing functionality testing right now. Functionality testing looks good. The one hiccup is UX testing, right? User feedback has not been good, right? So that's why we're taking that pause to fix the user experience for the PayMe self-repaying loans product. And with that, the little bit of an update that I want to give everybody is we're working on a site-wide UX reboot as well. So while we're working to refresh the look and the user experience for PayMe, we're going to use that work to inform a site-wide redesign. So we'll be rebooting the UI on all of app.numisme.io. Right. And so that's not going to happen overnight. It does take time. And then we do want to make sure we test and then we'll roll it out. So give us a little bit of time, folks. But that will be something that'll be really cool to see. And hopefully everybody likes it. In the meantime, if there are any designers or creatives out there that have an opinion on what you personally would love to see in terms of what the NumisMe app looks like at app.numisme.io. We'd love to hear from you, right? We'd love to get some community feedback and get some real user feedback on, hey, what do you think looks like best in class, right? And hey, if there is an opportunity to work together, we're happy to light up some design bounties, and we can definitely compensate folks in that way. We are working with a firm currently, but that doesn't mean that we can't get more designers, more design help, right? So yeah, anybody out there that is interested, hit us up, whether it's DM or, just hop into our Discord or Telegram, all good. But yeah, that's all the updates. I guess it wasn't that small of an update. I thought this would be nice and quick, but yeah, bunch of things in the hopper, a bunch of stuff in our development pipeline, and we'll be continuing to announce all our progress on all our channels.
Sounds great.
So
go ahead,
yeah.
Mister.
No, I was gonna say, Mr. Pap, is it time to move it along to the Q&A portion?
Yeah, absolutely. Does anyone in the audience want to come up and ask any questions? Or if you're too shy.
Looks like Peter Griffin has a question.
Sure.
Or a comment. Okay. All right, Peter Griffin. He's probably can't hear me right now. He's connecting. Okay, Peter Griffin, you have speaker rights, sir. You just need to unmute your microphone.
Yeah. Hi. How are you guys doing today?
Yeah, doing fantastic. It's a happy Friday.
Hey,
good
Peter.
to hear from you. Yeah.
Yeah, such a beautiful day. I mean, I love everything I was hearing. I love everything you were saying. Um, Thank you so much for the whole new things you're doing. You want to keep doing. Okay, but first of all, I just have like a question, and also I have like a, should I say, just a little bit of concern. I just wanted to pass through. So first of all, I think the question is that how sure is it that how many people so far have responded to the loan aspects you spoke about some times ago? Because it looks as if people are not really understanding the way you put the loan stuff as a whole. Because somebody asked me a question. He said, "Is it until he has a vault before he'd be able to before he'd be able to request for the loan?" I said yes, and then he said, "Is this taking the NIM or is it taking the Ethereum? Which of them is going to grant him the access to the loan?" So I just want you to open up the whole thing for me so that I'll be able to understand and explain for him. Thank you.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You always have such good questions, man. Appreciate you. Love the engagement. But maybe that's some good feedback. That we should definitely learn from, and is just the confusion around it. I've tried in all our AMAs and our Numis meetings to explain it in terms of stablecoin, and maybe that didn't really come through. So maybe we got to think about a little bit how we talk about it going forward. So thank you for that. But in answer to your question, it is stable coins, right? So you're not depositing NUM, you are depositing stable coin, right? So one way to look at that is if you have if you have assets that you're looking to maybe liquidate in the bear market, all good, and you liquidate into stable coins to kind of like lock in that value and kind of ride out that bear market. The opportunity there is, instead of using your stable coins to directly purchase stuff, we're saying, hey, just use stable coins in our PayMe self-repaying loan, and you, for every hundred stable coins, $100, right? Because most stable coins are collateralized in US dollars, or rather they're pegged to the US dollar. For every $100 that you deposit in, we'll give you that instant loan of up to $60 against your $100, and that loan comes in the form of a stablecoin as well. And what we'll make sure that to do is make it easy to swap that loan stablecoin into USDC, for example. So that is the ultimate goal. And yeah, so does that answer your question, sir?
Yes, beautiful, beautiful. Also, another understanding. I just want to understand something. So, how can I bring a stable coin, seeing that the network of the whole project is on ERC? I mean, I don't understand. Can you just make me understand that?
Are you asking how do you get stablecoins?
I mean, how I understand stable coins are. I've hardly come across a stable coin that is on ERC. So I just wanted to know: is BUSD accepted, USDT, and so on?
Okay, great question. So which stablecoin are we accepting, right? And so right now we will be using MIM, which is Magic Internet Money. It is Abracadabra's stablecoin, and we're big fans of that project. We're big fans of their ecosystem in general. But what we're working on is allowing folks to deposit a range of stablecoins in the near future, like after we launch the initial product, right? We'll offer the ability to convert whatever stablecoin, well, not whatever, but a range of stablecoins into the stablecoin that we're using. The reason we use MIM right now, right? MIM, right, is that we put the deposit, the user's deposit in that the $100 that they deposit into PayMe, we put that to work in our USD vault, and our USD vault uses a MIM yield strategy. So that's the reason for that. But not too long after we launch PayMe, the goal is to be able to allow users to effectively deposit USDT, USDC, Frax, MIM, and DAI, or maybe a subset of those. But those are kind of the bigger stable coins that we have our eyes on, and with good reason, right? We do already have a Frax vault, we have a MIM vault, and so we do want to make it easy for folks. So the answer for at launch, we will support MIM as deposits. If you don't have MIM, it's pretty easy. Just go take whatever you have, your USDT, your USDC, and go swap it for MIM, and then you'll want to go and deposit that. But for in the near future after launch, we'll open up support for multiple stablecoin deposits, multiple types of stablecoin deposits, I should say.
We do have those how-to videos coming soon as well. That should
Oh,
be
yes. Absolutely, and I think that was actually Peter Griffin's. That was actually kind of kicked off by some feedback we got from you, Peter Griffin, on a previous Numis meeting. So I totally forgot about that. Sorry, I've just kind of been focused on our PayMe UX reboot and our ETH revenue share going live. But so everybody knows, we're looking to have by sometime next week, we'll have tutorial videos, right? And these tutorial videos will make it easy to understand how to not only buy Noom, our token, but also how to use the vaults, right? How to get into our vaults, and how to stake Noom, right? How to vote with Noom, right? To get those extra rewards going to the vault of your choice, if you so choose. And so we'll have a bunch of tutorial videos ready. Once they are ready, what we're going to do is redesign our landing page, which is at NumisMe.io, right? The landing page, the home page is on NumisMe.io. The app lives on app.numisme.io. So our homepage, landing page, will redesign to have some of those tutorial videos kind of like front and center, so to make it easy for folks. But we also want to include links within the app so that anybody that is literally looking to go into the vault and they're looking at the vault page and they just want to make sure they do it right, we'll have that link to the video as well to make sure that they know how to do everything. But yeah, great reminder, Aaron. Thank you, sir. And shout out to Peter Griffin for the great feedback and the great engagement, and helping drive this project forward. So yeah, thanks for the questions. Thanks for the comments.
Beautiful. So like the suggestion I said I wanted to give. Okay, some times ago I spoke to Aaron about it, but I think he didn't really understand what I mean by it. So the suggestion is that crypto as a whole is patience to me, and some people out there are not willing to give it patience, right? Some people just want to come into the space and make money and leave. Like, see, in this bear market, we have a lot of people complaining, a lot of people having different thoughts about cryptocurrency. So I said, why not we bring up a platform where we hold a segment, maybe once in a week, maybe in a week, we'll just pick a day where we just hold a space on Twitter, because I noticed that we don't hold spaces on Twitter except if there is something, if there is an announcement. So it's better if we can hold, let's say, for example, on a Friday, just for an example, let's say for a Friday, you just come on the Twitter space and then we open up the Twitter, but then we are not discussing cryptocurrency. We're just bring up a topic to talk about, right? And then each first 3 people or each first 5 people who could be able to tell their own aspect about a topic like that. It might not necessarily be about cryptocurrency, it might just be about life, about, and each first people to do something like that, maybe you just give them an airdrop of like $5 worth of Noom. This would grant them the joy to be able to engage more into the token, into the project, both on Twitter. We can do this both on Twitter and on Telegram. People would be willing to want to continue. People would be willing to want to come to this space. Somebody be like, yo, dude, I have this space. I used to come on every once in a week where they give us free Noom for just sharing opinion and insight. So these things will make people engage more into the project. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. I'm just giving like a suggestion so that it won't make everybody bored, and it won't make people always seeing cryptocurrency. It's better we shift our mindset from it so that it can help us while we are shifting and just catching fun, just the other ones can be growing. You get what I'm saying, right? Now, beautiful, we are doing contests. Beautiful, we are doing all these things, like, and so on and so forth. But there are some people who just want to come and then, whoa, I want to talk to the community manager of NumisMe, and then you just sort of, let's say, for example, you just set up a space meeting, and then you call the topic Turkey, Turkey, or just talk about something. Just talk about something that doesn't even relate to cryptocurrency. This will make people want to continue coming in. You know, you can just give them, even though it's just $1 worth of NUM, they would want to continue. You know, and then you tell these people that okay, you get this airdrop, you have to bring 3 people to the space next week to get additional NUM. The people would go and bring people that want to join into the group, because now what we need is audience. We need people that can spread the news, you know. So I'm just thinking about NumisMe, and then I came up with this idea. So I just wanted to share it. I don't know, maybe you really think it's nice or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, no, I mean, a lot of these are good things to talk about. I mean, as far as spending more time talking in public spaces, using Twitter Spaces, trying to beat the algorithm, trying to get more people to join. Sure, Matt, there's lots of opportunity there, and it's definitely on our radar. It's just all about structuring like our schedules and finding time for things like that. And as far as introducing, additional giveaway or new earnings into things, I mean, there's all kinds of things, but we could always talk more in detail about those types of things, like in DMs, and we'll because it's a whole spectrum, it's a whole topic, you know what I mean. But and we'll open the floor, see if anybody else wants to ask a couple questions before we move on and go ahead out to our AMA at Oling Gems Finance today.
Yeah, cool. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no, that's great feedback, and love your passion there, Peter Griffin. I think we do have kind of something like that Mr. Pappy does. He does do his crypto happy hour from time to time. So maybe that's something that we can kind of like use as a model to just hang out and talk, right?
Crypto and coffee on Mondays, and then there's also like he does the educational series as well, and he still interacts with people in the chat and stuff there too. So I mean, like in every aspect of everything we do all throughout the week, we're there with you guys. It's just we'll be pushing it out as much as we can. I'm always jumping into voice every opportunity I have where I feel like I have some good free time to actually just connect with you guys, and as much time as we can find for that in the crazy day-to-day life of things, we're gonna push for. So we'll definitely talk more about this.
Awesome. Well, Peter Griffin,
Thank you very much, Ian. Thank you.
No, thanks for your passion and thanks for your feedback. We'll start looking into that and make sure everybody knows that the Monday thing is happening, the crypto and coffee and crypto, and the happy hours that happen. Maybe we do it every week on a different day. In fact, like it could be even like a Wednesday or something like that, just to kind of hang out and talk about whatever you want to talk about. That's great feedback. Thank you again. But moving on, we do have some requests from 2 more folks. I think Queen Bee is having a little bit of trouble connecting to voice there. And I saw that King Levitt has a question or comment. You do have speaker rights. Just unmute your mic, please. And yeah, we'd love to hear from you.
Hi there, can you hear me?
Yes. How's it going? Good to see you. Oh, did we lose you? Is it just me?
No, I can hear you. I think he has issues with his connection.
Yeah, I can't hear
Yeah, it
him
must
either.
be Okay, well, if you can hear us, we can't hear you.
Does anybody else have a question? Queen, Big Whale, Victor, David, Spark. Anybody want to fire off another one and before we head off for the AMA? I think Modulus. I think Modulus was waving his hand there.
Oh, I see. Okay, so King Levitt is requesting again. Okay, you do have speaker rights, sir. I'll invite Modulus as well. Can you hear
Can you hear me now? Am I audible?
Yes, we can hear you. How's it going? Happy Friday.
Yeah, I'm fine. How you doing? Sorry, my connection seems bad. All right. So just a comment, actually, no question per se. I've been impressed by what the team has been doing ever since. It's giving us kind of like motivation to stick around. Thank you very much for the contests, for the contest stuff we saw in the group. Thank you very much. It's really an amazing time being in the NumisMe family. It's awesome. Thank you very very much. I don't have much to say. No questions for today. We'll keep our questions for some other time. Thank you very much.
No, thank you. Thanks, fam. Thank you, family. It is a family, right? The community does feel like a family, and that's one of the greatest joys of being in DeFi, or specifically our community, is just kind of how amped everybody is and how supportive, but really all the great feedback that we get from you all. It's so great to get that engagement, right? And I've been trying to give speaker rights to a couple of people, but it doesn't seem to be working. But we do have to move on. So for everybody listening, we are going right into, in about 12 minutes, the Only Gems Telegram Lounge, and we'll be doing our AMA over there in 12 minutes or so. And so definitely encourage everybody to join. We'd love to see you there, get your support in the Only Gems Lounge. Aaron,
Details,
can we yeah,
details are on
can
our
we
Twitter. We got Twitter posts, Telegram, and our Discord.
Awesome, great. Yeah, so the details on how to get into the Telegram are everywhere. Please just hop into or check out the tweet that we did about that AMA. But yeah, just hop into our Discord or our Telegram, and you'll find the link there. Um, Looks like Queen Bee. Yeah, Queen Bee's having some issues connecting. I keep getting speaker rights. Sorry, Queen Bee. Maybe you can ask your question or say your comment in the AMA.
Or
But
come
with that, I think we're,
to our socials as well. Just you can come ask in Telegram or Discord too. We're here.
yeah, absolutely. Please don't be shy. Well, I think that does it, gentlemen. I think it's time to wrap it up. We do have to get over to Only Gems. So, yeah, it's a great Friday. Have a great weekend, everyone. We hope to see you at Only Gems. Thank you for the feedback. Thank you for the engagement. And we will see you next time.